So if you're a Christian and you're dating other Christians because you want to be equally yoked, and you're thinking, wow, I went from having all of these options to significantly decreasing the options that I have, and you're being told and you're probably thinking, oh, that's a negative thing, like more options, which means more potential to find the right person. But I think that that's just a lie that we're sold and we're made to believe. Since I've been dating as a Christian, I'm able to be very intentional and selective about who I'm dating, because if they're not Christian, they already don't have the morals, the values, and beliefs that I have, which is the whole foundation of your relationship. It also helps a lot with decision fatigue. Even in like a non-dating context, if I go to the grocery store and there's 40 options for laundry detergent, I'm going to be overwhelmed and be like, well, does this one work? And I'm going to be reading labels. And I'm like, I don't know which one is the best, and trying to decide and see which one is the best. And when there's only two options, it's like, oh, okay, like this one or this one. And it's a quick, easy decision. You know what I'm saying? And obviously dating is a little bit more complex than that because we're humans and there's personalities and whatnot. But it allows you to be so much more intentional and less confused when it comes to dating. Like if you have a list, and you're trying to be selective with who you're going to marry, which you should be, if they're already checking the boxes for Christianity, and that limits half of the people or more than half, then you are looking at, okay, do our lifestyles mix? Do our personalities mix well? Do we have the same goals in life? And yada, yada, yada. And slowly your dating pool gets smaller and smaller and smaller. But then when you do find somebody that you align with, it's easier to spot. You also just have more free time. Like you have way more free time to do things that you want to do, pursue your goals, develop your relationship with God, develop your relationship within yourself, things like that, because you're not entertaining so many different people. You're only talking to one person or maybe two. And you're able to be super intentional about your time with that person. And I'm not trying to discount the people that live in really small towns and have seriously no options. Like, I understand it can be hard in a different sense. And I also know that it can be hard because you have to say no to people that you do really like because they're not Christian, because they don't have the same morals and values. And on paper, they look perfect and they check all of your boxes, but spiritually you're unaligned. And then ultimately that's just, that's not going to be a good mix. I can tell you that. So anyways, don't believe the lie that just because there's less options now when you're dating as a Christian, that it's not as good. If anything, I think it is way better. And I think that you will feel more peace throughout your life because you're not trying to either debate with somebody that doesn't believe in God and you're always like going back and forth with them, which is exhausting. But you also have more peace because you have more time for yourself and less confusion.